On this 50-point inspection, I already gone and messed up. I had this thing on camera mode, and I thought I was recording, so I already poured this beer. Wanted to do this beer, especially because it's gonna be coming out on Black Friday. This video, so hey, hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope that I do as well. I'll be smoking my turkey with it's an applewood whiskey barrel pellets. So hopefully the turkey comes out well. Hopefully everything else comes out as well. And just hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving at this point. And I hope you're having a fun Black Friday if you're out shopping. It's a big day for stout lovers. For those that at least like Goose Island. Goose Island puts out their Bourbon County stouts, the many variants and stuff, and it's just a big day for that. So I'm doing this stout from Kettlehead Brewing Company. This is to celebrate their 5th year anniversary. It is called the Dark Side of 1.101. It's like the Matrix thing, ones and zeros for computers, on off type stuff. The other beer, because they did make a quadruple IPA as well. That's a bit bigger of a beer than this one. I did not find that. I wish I could have found that. But anyways, on to what I'm drinking here. This Imperial Stout. What makes it special is it's triple mashed. And then it is boiled for 24 hours. It goes through a 24-hour boil. There's 0 adjuncts added to it. After that, it is aged in, was it maple? Not maple. In brown sugar and rum barrels. Comes out at 10.9% ABV. And it was released on 11/1 of this year. So November 1st. Right now we're looking at it's November 11th, so it's 10 days since it's been released at this point, but this will be airing, like I said, on Black Friday. So let's talk about it. It did have a nice head. I think I can pour some more in now, actually. It's been sitting out for a while, so it has warmed up. It has a fairly chocolatey, khaki-colored head. It did tight bubbles. It is a higher ABV. It is breaking down. There's a nice cherry red coloration coming through from the light on the bottom here. You can't see it on camera. It's a pretty dark. It's black. Let's get some aromas. Oh yeah, you get like this. It's like charred chocolate. Super dark chocolate, and you get this like char almost, probably from how long it was actually boiled. I'm sure some of that kind of caramelized and burnt. There is a strong toffee note. It does just have this kind of burnt charred aroma, along with toffee, chocolate, dark chocolate. A mild sweet chocolate too, I'd say a mid-range chocolate. Molasses for sure, especially with rum barrels. I wouldn't say I'm picking up on brown sugar itself, but there is a sweetness of within all that char. It's almost like if you took like marshmallows and just burnt it on a pan. All right. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a swig here. Cheers. The mouthfeel on this is super velvety, very very soft. It's got layers actually. That may be due to the way that it was mashed. It's got a thinness, a medium feel, and it also has this thickness. It's like a layer cake, a 3-level cake with the way that it feels in the palate. So I'm just going to go with a medium body on it, but I mean, it hits on almost all of those planes, and it's so smooth. Carbonation, lower side, medium. Oh, this is just like silk. There's the chocolate. There's a roasty quality to it. There's that char. A little bit of that kind of molasses, burnt sugars going on. It's very sticky on the palate. I got some type of fruit in there. It is a darker fruit. It almost, I want to say cherry. There's like kind of like a cherry thing to it. Maybe like a golden raisin. It's just not. It's not like super plummy to me. Maybe a touch, just a touch of like leather. This thing, it mostly stays on that kind of roasted malt, dark chocolate, kind of mid-range, extra special chocolate. A lot of the burnt caramel, toffee-like stuff, the molasses level. There's this charring kind of flavor for the finish as well. That's kind of what puts into the, it's like the charred type flavor note that mostly in the dark chocolate that kind of adds to any bitterness to this one. So there's a bitterness, but it just blends in with the flavor of the beer itself. I think I'm getting like chocolate lips. All right. Yeah. Underlining, I mean, there's a slight kind of breadiness, a little bit of a touch of grain. Kind of pick that up tail end of the flavors, but yeah, it's pretty much heavily roasted char chocolate. Everything I've already said. So 10.9% ABV. It doesn't taste like a high ABV beer. It is filling. It does have that kind. It's like a 3-layer chocolate cake, without being too sweet. Yeah, the balance on it, I say it's got a good balance. It's got a good balance. Never being too sweet and not being too bitter. It's just kind of everything's just intertwined together throughout most of the drink, most of the experience of this beer. It's interesting. I can't say that I can pick up on any rum barrel itself. I can't say that I'm picking up on any woodiness. I mean, the biggest thing with the rum would be the molasses, like the burnt sugars and stuff like that, which in this case, brown sugar. But yeah, let's go ahead and give this a score. All right, so we are back. Let's look at Untapped. First off, they talk about the beer itself. Brewing a stout is a labor of love. It takes dedication and heart. This beer was triple mash, boiled for 24 hours, and aged in brown sugar rum barrels. With no adjuncts added, this smooth and deeply complex stout is a testament to our passion. Out of 33 ratings on Untapped, this beer averages out at a 4.14 out of 5, which on my scale would put it in the very good range. Me personally, I mean, kind of reading about like the deeply complexity, complex flavors or whatever of this beer. Maybe it was a deeply complex way of making the beer, but it is missing, I think, on some complexity with the malt flavors and stuff that could have come through. It's not as complex as quite a few of those excellent imperial stouts out there that are just giving off so many different flavors from the malt. So this one is not as in depth as I think that it could have been. But let me just go ahead and give you my rundown on my scoring for this beer. It's going to get a 6 out of 6 for the appearance. On the aromatics, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It's definitely missing out on the rum barrel, on all fronts, on aroma and flavor. On flavor, I'm going to give it a 16 out of 19. The malt complexity of it also, I wish that it did give off more. I mean, there's a touch of leather, but I wish it was like deep plum, pruny leather. You know, I mean, the chocolate notes and stuff are nice. I just wish that there was more darker fruit notes and stuff that would have come through with this, or black licorice, you know, something more than what was happening, especially with a triple mash. On the body, yeah, it's nice and smooth. It's got, like I said, like a 3-layer cake. It's kind of like got this thinness to it and this medium body feel, but also a thickness as well. Very nice, I think, for the body. I think that has to do with the mashing. So 5 out of 5. And my overall for this one, it's an imperial stout. it's a good imperial stout, a very good one. But like I said, it didn't wow me. It's not super impressive. It lands there with a good majority of the great imperial stouts that have been made at an 8 out of 10. So for Kettlehead Brewing Company's The Dark Side of 1.101 Imperial Stout, it's going to get a BuMpY 43 out of 50, which is going to land this as a very good beer. So I just want to say cheers. Congratulations to Kettlehead on 5 years. Continue to make beers that you're making improve on everything as well. There's always room for improvement. So, cheers to all you watching as well. Thank you.